Hey, how are you doing, Rocco?
Hey, how's it going? We're going to do this as a one kind of quick little final call.
Okay, I got a pretty simple question then I can ask you if that works.
Well, let me ask you, I got a question for you first. You edited that video. It was the fake clip of Super Saiyan 8 Goku, right?
I don't know what you're talking. I just filmed it. Yeah,
Oh, you just filmed it at the
I
theater.
just filmed the
Okay.
screen. Don't.
Oh, it's
No,
been
yeah.
awesome. That contributed so much because, man, I just love confusing people on Twitter.
Oh,
I've been getting
absolutely.
tweets and messages all day that are just like, wait, I saw the movie. Where was Super Saiyan 8? And I'm like, and my answer is the same every time. Watch the movie again.
Yeah,
So Funimation's got to love me because everyone's buying
yeah,
a second ticket.
yeah. I've been getting some stuff on Twitter of people like I think I watched the movie. This doesn't happen, and entirely other people
Yeah.
will go in and say like, you saw the wrong movie. You got to go to the theater, get your money back. They showed you the old movie.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you watch the new movie. So that's been fun. That's been
I
fun.
just love telling people to see the movie again as if an entire scene will reveal itself by seeing it
Yeah.
a second time. Like, why would you
Exactly.
not see that the first time if you're sitting there? But I tell them every time, no, watch the movie twice. Like that'll unlock
Yeah.
it or something.
Well, you gotta hope that like one or two people were like, "Oh shoot, I like went to the bathroom. Did I miss it?
Yeah.
Did I went to go get some popcorn?"
Yeah. Hopefully
What?
some people thought
Yeah.
that. But anyway,
Yeah.
so did you have a question?
Yeah, I had a quick question. I've been playing. It's an old game on the PS3, but I've been playing Warhawk. I don't know if you remember that old launch title.
Yeah, I think I
Lately.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, mainly because they're gonna close down the servers in like a week.
Oh,
So
okay.
since it's an online only game,
Yeah.
that's it for the game.
Okay.
So my question is, are there any games like that that you just simply can't play anymore? Maybe because they closed the servers, or maybe it's a PC game that just never got put on Steam
Yeah,
or
I
anything
can-
like that.
I can tell you right now. A game that was, I'm going to say this was the official. Everybody in the chat said MAG. Wow, I didn't know that many people
Yeah,
play, or
well,
Metal
MAG.
Gear Online. Okay.
I found that one out by accident. Yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you my number one. I was never into the shooter scene and all that stuff. None of that. Or the MMO scene, whatever. But the one game that we played, we used to edit videos in my room at home before we had like a studio and whatever. We would edit in my room. And we would always have one person editing on the computer and then the everyone else would play video games waiting for the video to be done or we'd just be hanging out while they were editing. And every time we would play one game and then they killed the online and it killed the game. You couldn't play it anymore. And that was a PS3 digital game, Calling All Cars. It was a PS3
Yeah.
game where you were like cops and robbers in cars trying to get away from each other, and you'd
Yeah.
steal money and try to drive it back to your base. Shout out David Jaffe. He made the game. That was his post God of War game. And I loved Calling All Cars. That was an amazing game.
Yeah. I never had that one, but I guess it's too late. I can't pick it up now then.
Yeah, it was only like after a year they were like, "Yeah, we're killing all support for this game." I was like, "No."
Oh, a year. That's yeah. Because Warhawk is like 12 or 13 years. Like it's had its time.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Mag was like 5 or 6. I thought that was kind of sucky, but
Yeah. I forgot about Mag though. That's so funny.
yeah, no, I forgot about it for like 3 years. Then just one day I was like, I'm in the mood to play a shooter. The only one I have is Mag. Only play like you
Yeah.
can't even launch the game. Like you can only pull it up on the PS3 launch bar. Like,
Right.
you can't open the disc.
Yeah.
They won't even let you do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's crazy. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm sad. No, I'm sad. Never
Sad
got to see
day.
that. But
Yeah.
I did play Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast. When they killed that, I was sad.
Mm,
I was sad.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But anyway, well,
Yeah.
thank you for your call.
Yeah, thanks for taking it.
Thank you, and thanks for filming that scene in the theater. That was cool.
Of course. Yeah, I had to spread the word.
Thank you. All right, well, take it easy.
You have a good night, Rocco.
Oh, wait, I had a question for you. Wait, what was my
Yeah.
question? Shit. Okay, wait, hold on. There's no Morphicon this year. That's not happening.
Not in California. They're doing one in Houston.
Oh, that's right.
Like a small one. Yeah.
It was a Power Ranger related thing.
Oh, okay. Well, shoot. Now we
I
have
thought-
to ask it. Oh, man.
I don't remember what it was. Do you think that new one's going to be good or what?
Beast Morphers?
Yeah.
I want it to be good.
Hasbro owns it now. Do you think that'll like make things better, basically?
I don't think so, honestly, because it's the same crew making it over in New Zealand, and it's still on Nickelodeon, so it's still like the same kind of, you got to hit this audience.
Yeah.
So unless Hasbro really wants to change things up, I feel like the show is in the same hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah. I you know, it's so weird to me. I have no I don't watch any of the new shows. Like people always, I get so much email that are like, oh, you're the biggest Power Ranger fan I know. Oh yeah, you talk about Power Rangers so much. That's your biggest thing. And it's so funny, like, yeah, the first like 6 years of it. Like that's I could tell you everything inside and out on those first, like through Lost Galaxy.
Yeah.
After that, I did watch a few more after that, but it's not my expertise anymore. But I still get that. It's like, oh my gosh, how many times did you watch, Dino Charge? It's like, not at all. But it's funny to me. I don't watch these new ones because I don't feel like that I'm the audience. It is very, it is not, there's nothing there for me as an adult. And it's so funny because I just feel like I know a lot of people who still religiously watch it and they're never happy. And it's been
I'm
like
one of those people.
Oh, there you go. See, I see people who have watched it since Samurai coming back on, and I just feel like it's an extended misery. Like every time I talk with them, it's like, oh, Megaforce was torture. No. And I'm just like, what? So what is it? Is it out of habit you watch it, or what do you think?
In like 2012, I moved to LA and they started putting them on DVD.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I've never had Mighty Morphin on DVD. I'll buy that. And then they put more seasons on DVD. So I just kind of watched them from the beginning till now. And I saw seasons I had never seen before. And then, I catch up to now and it's like, well, shoot, I've seen 800 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, let's see what this next one is. Let's see what this next one is.
Okay. So it's that. It's kind of like just, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Like, I only really liked the first 4 seasons of Degrassi, but I watched it through like 11. Yeah. So, I get it.
Yeah. And also I knew that, they had these comics on the horizon. And if you had, I don't know if you like read all of Shattered Grid or anything, but like if you had seen all of the seasons, there you can appreciate a lot more of like, oh shoot, like this character, that's actually true to their character from this one season in like 2007.
Yeah.
Little details like the fact that someone would go through this kids show and actually treat the lore really respectfully and seriously and say, oh, you know what? This is actually really relevant to this super evil villain. That's actually a good villain. So let's use it.
So that's what I was,
this goofy dragon. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to say is the comic kicks ass.
Yeah.
Like that I have been. Now, the only thing is I've only been reading the, like the trade paperbacks they've been putting out. Mm-hmm. So like all the Shattered Grid stuff, I'm not like caught up on anything. Like I've only read up until the latest. I don't even know if I read the latest paperback that came out. I don't know if I had time, but I'm reading. So I'm pretty behind. With that stuff. But of what I read, it was incredible. I thought one of the coolest things that they did at the last Morphicon was the live reading they did of Shattered Grid. That was fantastic. That was amazing.
I was working my booth, so I couldn't go to that, but I would like leave if I had a free minute and just pop my head in. Because I had a friend. My friend was playing Kimberly on the panel. So I was like, I got to go see Megan be Kimberly. And every time I picked the best times to pop in because I was popping my head in, and then David Fielding would talk as Zordon. Yeah, and they had the reverb on.
Yeah,
everybody had chills. Even like the people on stage were like, "Whoa!" And they gave Barbara Goodson like actually good dialogue to read as Rita.
Yeah, which
she went crazy with it.
That was the most alien thing to me. Is she started talking, and I was like, "What is this? How Rita talked? Is this?" And she's talking like this about whatever. And I'm like, I had a second of like, this isn't how Rita talked, is it? And then it hit me. I was like, no, we never heard Rita have good dialogue.
Yeah.
All we heard her was exclamations. Okay, I've got a Mike, that's it. But she was like, she had this really chilling dialogue with Tommy or whatever. And yeah, it was like, oh yeah, we just never saw this side of this character. And then, she would yell something and it was classic Rita. But
yeah, to kind of tie it back to like, why do we keep watching?
Yeah.
I and a couple other friends have like this, hope is too strong word, but we think like, occasionally, I know you didn't really like Time Force, but there'll be seasons like Time Force or RPM where it's like, this show can get serious.
Yeah.
And appeal to both adults and kids and pull it off.
Yeah.
And there's this mentality on the newer show, it feels like, where it's a kid's show. You don't really have to try. And
who cares kind of thing. Yeah.
But there are so many shows. Like I finished the new Voltron show on Netflix. That's a cartoon, but it works. No matter what age you are. And we think like, man, I wish, this show could be that.
Power Rangers used to be the best at that. And that's what's so frustrating. Is it used to? I mean, I knew we had family friends that were, they were adults to me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember them asking me questions. I remember them going, oh my God, like, what was it that they asked me about? But it was some kind of continuity thing. It was, I want to say it was, oh man, I'm trying to remember. I want to say it was like when Mighty Morphin was wrapping up. I remember a grown-ass adult man going, dude, they have to get the Zeo Crystal? Like, that was the thing that that was the thing that Master Vile was trying to get, right? Like, I remember an adult asking me that. There was enough there continuity-wise that adults could watch it. I mean, it was still a kid's show. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It was pretty crazy. And despite what I said about Time Force, like, I just want to clarify, like, that was where I was kind of falling out of the show. Like its overarching continuity was gone, and I kind of lost my connection to it. And I didn't embrace Time Force like other people did, but I see what people like about it. At the end of the day, it had a strong overarching thing, and it had a great cast, and it had all this stuff, and it came together into a show that people connected to. So it's not like, oh, I don't get it, or anything. Yeah. But I just, it wasn't my thing. I kind of liked. The past seasons were a lot more like hodgepodge kind of weird shows, and that one was actually its most cohesive almost, and it almost wasn't my thing, kind of, but I see what people love about it. It had a great villain, it had all kinds of stuff. So I get it.
Yeah, no, I fell out of the show around like In Space and Lost Galaxy for similar-ish reasons. So Time Force is a very new appreciation for me. Only like 2 or 3 years ago did I watch it. So
yeah, I should watch it again and see what I think about it now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're into tabletop stuff, but they made like a sequel season to it on Hyperforce.
I was aware of that. I didn't watch it.
If tabletop things aren't your thing, there's just like recaps that you can read, and it'll take you much quicker. You can just read the recaps. But it was cool to see old Rangers come back. Aisha comes back. They brought a bunch of old Andros comes back.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like they brought their actor. Yeah, that's cool.
It sucks because sometimes, let me just say, I have some Schadenfreude here, or whatever. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I write it out a lot, but I never say it. But I will say, it was almost hysterical how bad they handled Gokaiger in that show.
Yeah.
Like, the Super Mega Force.
Yeah.
That I actually kept trying to check it out because I loved Gokaiger so much that I was like, okay, let's see what they're doing. And I bought all the American toys. Like, I hadn't done that in a million years. Like, I'll buy the legacy stuff. But in terms of a new series, I never buy that stuff. But I bought all the Super Mega Force stuff because it was like, oh, dude, the keys and the thing. I got
pirate designs.
Love it all. And the fact that they're pirates, they don't acknowledge they're pirate. It was just so like sloppy. But I have to say, they finally did like the legendary battle or whatever at the end of that. I think the mistake with it's hard because I didn't watch I was so tuned out by that point, but I watched that episode and honestly, I did enjoy it. But I thought it worked. I thought it was entertaining in the context of not watching anything else. Them building up to that was a mistake. Like, that was like, oh my God, you guys fought for 2 minutes. But in it almost paid off to not watch the rest of that season because I watched it in a vacuum and it was like, ooh, it's that person. Ooh, it's that person. Ooh, oh, look, they all got together. Oh, that was cool. Okay, done. But oh my God, the fact that they were like hyping that up for 2 years, like that was, what were they thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and they had the 25th anniversary just like last year.
Oh,
and
so I was just gonna say I still haven't seen that.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen it yet, so
I won't talk specifics.
Sure,
but they did a lot better job of. They only started talking about it a month before.
Yeah, exactly, so and that's what I was going to say. I think that's
expectations.
I think that's why I heard a lot more positive stuff about it. I heard some mixed stuff too, but in general, I heard more positive stuff, and I really think it was because I started seeing stuff for it 2 weeks ahead, and it was like, ooh, this came out of nowhere. Okay, and oh my God, the legendary battle thing. Seriously, I remember seeing clips of that at Morphicon 2 years before it aired. And even there, I remember thinking, no matter what they do, they're going to let people down because
too much hype.
How big can this be? Like, we already know as big as it can get. Like, what can this be that won't like just be like whelming instead of overwhelming, you know? Like,
and it was just kind of disappointing because Gokaiger was so good at like every episode pretty much like, oh, here's the red car ranger just doing traffic light stuff.
Yeah.
And, the Gal Ranger is a vet, and they all just have little cameos, and the Super Mega Force was like they had 2. And those 2 were good, but it was like, man, it would have been nice if you had more, but I get that it's in New Zealand and most of the actors from Saban are here, and they had this weird thing like they didn't want to acknowledge the Disney actors, even though that's who lives in New Zealand.
Yeah, that was weird, man.
Yeah.
That was really weird. And what's with this filming with in New Zealand stuff? Bring it back to California.
Man.
Bring it back. Yeah. I will say, as a proud lifelong Californian, I did enjoy in that show. Every now and then they would shoot somewhere that was like, I think we were just there. Like they shot somewhere and it was like not far from Knott's Berry Farm. And I was like, I'm going to be there next week. Like, will I see them there? I don't know. It added to it to me as a kid. But now what's this New Zealand stuff? New Zealand, they got enough. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, they've had it longer than California had it when you think about it. But
crazy.
When I moved to California, I would occasionally just be driving around. Like I was coming home from a shoot, took a couple wrong turns. I was like, that's the high school.
Yeah.
That's the high school that they shoot in front of. And I just, pull over and I'm like, what? That, and just places like that, Vasquez Rocks, great place to hike. Command Center, Desert of Despair.
Yeah.
A bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, SoCal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bring it back here. Make it easy, I can't believe the incentive they get to film there. I get it. Like there's an incentive. They must be getting incentives to film there. But it blows my mind that the incentives would outweigh, like they fly all these people from California and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
and
what?
A weird thing, and maybe you can agree with me, is, I was just talking about like they should have put more cameos in Super Mega Force.
Yeah.
I heard, they flew everyone over for that one episode. They had like, I don't know, like 8 or 12. I don't remember. A good amount of Rangers just crammed into that one episode. But I heard they were there for 2 weeks. So I'm thinking, if you're smart with your production, and that season, the Rangers literally wear the same thing every episode.
Yeah.
You can take those 8 people and say, all right, TJ from In Space, we're going to just put you in a scene that's going to be in like episode 8.
Yeah.
We'll just film that. Okay, we got Cassie from In Space. Yeah, here's the scene from episode 14. We'll put you in there.
Yeah.
Because 2 weeks, like if you're a little smart about it, I feel like you can really stretch that out.
Yeah. Man, put me behind that show. I'll get a cameo in every episode.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, as much as I'm kind of whatever about, the new series and all that stuff, if someone put a gun to my head and was like, what's your dream? What's your dream thing to like write or direct? It would be an episode of Power Rangers. That would be, and not only because I want to, or like, oh man, how cool would that be? I got all ideas and stuff. But also because I think I could do it. Like, I wouldn't want to take on, direct a new movie with Daniel Day-Lewis in it. I wouldn't know what the hell I was doing. I'd be sitting there with the camera like, okay, act real good, sir. Okay. But Power Rangers, I watched so much and I absorbed so much of its editing style and its visual language and stuff that I feel like right now, if they woke me up in the middle of the night and, dude, you got to go to New Zealand and direct an episode right now, I'd be like, when's the plane? All right, get me on the plane. I could do it. And so that would be my dream. So I'm going to throw an email to, I was going to say Saban, but never mind. Hasbro, if you're out there, Hasbro, if you're watching the stream, call me up. I'll do it for free. I'll do it for peanuts. And I will write and direct. And it will be the best episode. And I thought about this. Do you know what the episode would be about?
What would it be?
People have asked me about this a bunch of times. And off the cuff, I never have an answer. Oh, old Rangers would come back. I never have a good answer. Now I have an answer. I was going to bed the other night and it hit me. I was like, that's the episode. That's the episode. Something unresolved from the old show. Mm-hmm. I love the idea of the Rangers being like old now, kind of, like it's been a long time. And maybe have a peaceful life to themselves, whatever. And I love them being summoned. I love that idea. But how would you get there? Okay. My episode would be nobody remembers the Verox. These dudes that were flying in ships chasing down the Gold Ranger in Zeo.
Oh.
They were only in like one episode, and that's how that's how you find out about the Gold Ranger. Like these gold alien dudes are chasing down the Gold Ranger in their ships, and then they get shot at and they fly away. It would be today, modern day, the Verox shows up with worse forces, like bigger forces, like, hey, where's the Pyramid Pilot? We want the Pyramid Pilot. And they're talking about the Gold Ranger, and it's like, what? And maybe they're from somewhere where time does not flow the same. So for them, that battle was 5 minutes ago, but for us, it's been 20 years, and it's like, wait, what? Like, these big golden pyramids are in the sky, and we don't know what to do. And they're like, where's the pyramid? And they want Pyramidas, the Gold Ranger Zord, but that thing's long gone. That's not around anymore. So what do? So they start attacking the Earth, and they're sweeping the oceans looking for it. In the sweep, they find the Dragon Zord. That's still down there. They find Titanus. They find all this stuff, and they just start like, maybe that's their abilities. They make machines work or something. So all these old things from all these different seasons start coming up back to life, and they're, and it's like, what do we do? And they using like DNA shit or something. Like they find, they're looking for the Gold Ranger, and they end up finding Jason, and it's Austin St. John nowadays, and he's got the beard, and he's like a family man. But like that, he's the last person they find that traces of that energy. They're, they don't know they're looking for Trey of Triforia, but it leads them to Jason, and it's the original Red Ranger, who and they got him captive, and I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this, but that's the route I would go.
Hey,
like
that I would watch that. And
there you go. Well, there it is. Hasbro, you hear that? This guy would watch it.
I'd watch that. Hasbro.
He would watch it.
I would watch it.
So there you have it.
I'm not. This isn't like a spoiler for when you do watch the 25th anniversary thing, but one good thing that they do, it's a reunion episode. You're going to see old Rangers come back. They kind of imply that with all these old Rangers coming back, it's implied in like their interactions that they're not like all retired. Like they all might team up here and there and stuff that you just don't see.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So there's room for that.
Yeah,
that cool. happened, and it makes sense that these old Rangers now would know to team up. They have some sort of network to call each other and say, okay, let's mishmash together a team.
Yeah.
And handle this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I really like that. So I got to watch that episode. I've kind of just been waiting. I don't know what the best way is to watch it. Like I've been waiting for like, Netflix will get all the episodes or something. Yeah. But can you watch them on like the Nickelodeon app or something? Or
technically, yes, but you have to put in your cable provider, and I do pay for cable.
Yeah.
And my cable provider is on the Nick website, but it just won't let me. It's like, Spectrum, you can't watch it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Cool. I pay for this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we'll see. I might be stealing my parents' info and putting that in and see what happens. Yeah. But we'll see. Well, anyway, okay. Well, this is supposed to be a short call, and then I started talking about the Verox, so it went wrong. But anyway, thank you for your call. Appreciate it.
Of course. All right. You have a good MLK week.
Thank
Rocco.
you. Take it easy. All right, everybody. Thank you for